Hey guys, welcome back to Old Path New Walk. Caitlin here, and I wanted to get on and talk a little bit about my why for doing this. I think right now in today's time, it's kind of a hot new trend to get on and make a YouTube channel. And I've contemplated it for a long time and have just never really had the guts to do it until now. And here is why. Because I truly am passionate about quality of life for families everywhere. And I wanted to get on and talk a little bit about my background and just why I'm so passionate about this. So, here goes nothing. Hold on to your pants. So, I have experienced a lot of health issues in my adult life. It was about 4 years ago now that I went through a pretty serious health crisis. And I don't want to get into the details of that yet because it's still a pretty vulnerable part of my journey in life. My body was in a really bad state. I was deteriorating in every way, physically, emotionally, mentally, spiritually, and it was just a really scary time. I was hospitalized for a week and had a lot of time dedicated towards recovering from that. And not just like, oh, I had a few ailments and it, kind of was the focus of my life. It was a time where I had to completely rely on other people. And my quality of life at that point was not anything. And it took a long time for me to physically heal from that. And it took even longer to mentally and emotionally heal from that. And so I wanted to mention that because now that I'm on the other side of it, we are very intentional about how we live. Because my husband was walking alongside of me for that entire journey. And so I'm going to use we when I'm talking about this. We walked a really hard path. And it was a long time before we felt like we could reclaim our story from that. And so when we make choices in our daily rhythms and do these self checks, it's not just because we think we are superior or anything like that. Please believe me when I say that. It's coming from a place we have seen darkness. We have walked hard days and we have had to have people walk alongside of us and carry us through some really hard times. And we use it to drive how we live now. We choose intentionality. We choose time spent with one another and building relationships with our family and with our friends and our community because we have lived in a really dark time and we want to make the most out of our days and we want to laugh and we want to eat and we want to sit around a table and have fellowship with people and we want to spend time with our kids and we want to use our time wisely and wholesomely. I don't know if that's a word, but we want to have a rich experience in life and not just exist. And as a pediatric OT, I have had the pleasure, the utmost pleasure of working with a lot of different families over the years. And I have seen an unfortunate trend just in today's day and age. It's not the area that I live in, it's not these specific families, but having worked with so many people, and a lot of people are just existing, longing for something deeper, something more meaningful in their days. And it feels like they just don't quite know how to get there. And that is a lot of what drives Old Path New Walk. Having seen families that I've worked with longing for deeper connection, deeper meaning, and just a fulfillment in their lives that they're having trouble finding, whether that's because they don't know how, or because of the choices that they're making, or how they were raised, or certain situations that they're in that they can't really change. No matter what it is, I want to be an encouragement to families everywhere that it doesn't matter what situation you're in, it doesn't matter what life you live. You can find quality of life, in your situation now. Because if you have kids, you have already seen the blessing that they are to your family and to your community and to your schools and to church and whoever it is. Kids are a big blessing. And the whole point of this is trying to give kids and family the best quality of life that you can achieve by offering simple, practical ways that you can engage with your kids and teach them really valuable skills and build a legacy that you are proud of, and giving your kids something really meaningful with just the daily choices that we make. Are we going to be perfect? Absolutely not. And sometime I'll get on and talk about all my dirty laundry that, like, my kids don't always get the best of me. But it's just trying to make intentional choices, even if it's just one, every day, so that we can benefit our kids. That was a little bit too deep for me, so I'm going to go, like, laugh or something, or watch some kind of comedy skit. To lighten the mood a little bit. But I hope you will continue to join me on Old Path, New Walk, where I'm giving practical suggestions for finding deeper meaning with your kids and just building really great kids. If you find this stuff encouraging, please hit subscribe and give a like to this video so that I know that this is beneficial to anyone. Thanks so much for joining, and I hope to see you next time on Old Path, New Walk.